Hello coders, welcome to the second part of our portfolio website. Okay, I enjoy your comments in the first part. Now let's continue from where we left. Okay, so now we are done, so we're going to this part. Okay, so let's create a file named project.jxs and just use a snippet rfc and put project in. Now let's import it in here. Okay, so we are done with the top part here. So now let's go down and give a section tag, and in this section tag we will render our component project. Okay, and make sure it's imported at the top here. Okay, so we give some classes. We want the width to be full and a bg color of, I will bring my color here. Okay, and I also give padding top and bottom of 20. Okay, so here now if you go inside the project, let's give one div and give some classes. Okay, so we want the width to be full, we want it to be flex, and the flex of wrap items should be in center, and also justify items to center. Okay, let's give a gap of 10, and on LG screen the gap should be 20, padding top of also 10. Okay, so inside this div we will render our projects. Okay, so this project file, it contains this project. Okay, so we'll just map over it and we'll get each project with ID and instantly return a div. Okay, good. So inside this div we'll have a p tag that will render the value of the project and the name. Okay, so we have them down here. Now let's start a div. So we'll give some classes. Want it to be flex, and flex of column, a gap of 2, items to center, padding x of 4, and py 3, and bg color of this color. Okay, I'll bring it here. Okay, and let's give a little bit of border, so rounded medium. Okay, so here now let's okay, the justify, okay, make sure it's correctly spelled. Okay, so let's check the class names. So here text should be white and the text size should be 2XL. Font should be bold. Okay, beautiful. Now let's check the name also. So that one, the text should also be white and the text should be small size. Okay, beautiful. So we are done. We move to the second section. So under this div we'll have one more div, classes with full and flex, also flex wrap, and items to center, also justify to center, and a gap of 10, and an LG screen a gap of 20, and margin top of 16. Okay, so inside this we'll render the tools. Okay, so the tools is also coming from the data file. Okay, so we'll map over it as usual, get the individual item with the ID and immediately return a div. Okay, so inside this div we will render an image tag, and the source will be the tools.t.icon, Then we'll also provide a p tag with the name. Okay, so the icons are here. Okay, so now let's give some classes. So class to the div, we want it to be flex, and a gap of 2. Item should be in center. You also want the BG color to be white. We want to give some border radius of MD and give it shadow of LG. PX of 5, PY of 2, 1. Okay, so it's coming up fine. Now let's control the size of the image. So give it some class. We want the width to be 10 and height also 10. Beautiful. Okay, now let's start the paragraph tag. The text should be black and the text should be MD in size. Beautiful. So we are done with that section. Okay, so now let's continue with the about section here. Okay, so let's close this. So come here, and under it we'll have another section, and we'll give an ID to the section as about. We'll give some classes. The width should be full, padding left and right is 0. On LG screen the PX should be 5, and 2x PX should be 40, PY of 10, and LG PY of 0. Now on that theme, we will give this BG color. Okay, so as I said, I'll leave the colors in the description section, so if you want to use the same colors. Okay, so now we'll create a component called about.gss and use the snippet RFC and make sure we import it here. Okay, so now let's begin with the about by giving some classes. So we want the width of full, want it to be flex of column, and LG, the flex should be row, PX of 8, and MD PX to 10. Gap of 10 and LG gap of 20. LG PY of 20 as well. Okay, so inside this div we'll have one more div, another div, and the width should also be full, and on MD screen the height should be equal to 290, height of 290 pixels, and on large screen the width should be 1/3 of the screen, a flex and a flex column as well as item center, and we're going to give a border radius, the border color of gray 500, and on that theme we want the BG to be transparent and rounded to MD. Okay, so we can see the border line, the border. Okay, so inside it will render an image, a self-closing image tag with the source of profile. Okay, so a profile image. Okay, it's here. This image was taken from pixels.com. Okay, let's control the style. I want the height to be 290 as well, and pattern 1 rounded MD, ease in and out for cool animation, and on the duration to be 300, and on hover we want to scale it to 125. Okay, so we scale it small. Okay. Okay, so under that div we have one more div and give these classes with full flex column, and inside it we'll just render the paragraph tag that says about me. Let's style it. So class test 3XL, font of bold, text of black, but on that theme the text should be white. Let's see. Okay, it's working. So now we have a paragraph tag, and I'll copy the about me and bring it here. Okay, so you can write something about you. Let's give some class. The text should be LG and the text should be black, but on that theme the text should be white. Okay, no, let's make it gray. 400. Okay, and the leading of 10 to give some line height. Okay, so we're done with that. Now let's come down and give some contact information. So classes to this div, margin top 5 on 2XL, the margin top should be 10, flex, wrap, and a gap of 5. So inside it we'll put our contact details, so we put them in the paragraph tag. So I'll bring an icon here. Let's import an icon from React Icons. Okay, /FA. Okay, so you can use any icon you want, or better still use the same icons. Okay, so the size should be 24. Then we'll write our name, CodeWave Asante. So you can put your name in here. So put your name. Since this portfolio it's made for you, put your name there. Okay, let's style it. So class should be flex, and a gap of 3. Item should be in center. Justify also to center, and rounded dash full, shadow dot LG, and PY2 PX4, and BG color of this color. Okay, and test to white. Okay, here the image, the icon seems big. Okay, let's do this. Let's make cursor pointer and change the icon to 14. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we'll just duplicate this and change this to my email at CodeWave. So put your email there, codewave.com, and change the icon to this icon imported from React Icons /MD. Okay. Is it working? Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay. Let's duplicate it 2 more times. And this one should be your WhatsApp contact. So just put the country code and your number. Okay. And change the icon to BS WhatsApp and import it. So just duplicate this BS WhatsApp and change this to BS. Okay. Then so let's change this to an anchor tag and provide an href so that when they click on it, it will come to our chat so that they can send us a message on WhatsApp straight. So we say https:/wa.me/ then your number with the country code. Okay, and let's change this one also to MD Wi-Fi calling and put your contact number so that clients can call you. Make sure you import it from here as well. Okay, so we have it here, and now we are done with that one. So now we go to the technical skills. Okay, so far so good, beautiful. Let's look at it. It's coming up fine. Okay. Okay, close this. And let's come here and have another section tag. To put the ID of skills and give some classes. The width of full px0 on LG px of 5, 2x px of 40, py 10, LG px0, no, it should be py0. Okay, and on dark theme, the BG color, I will bring my color here. Okay, so I will bring this gradient. We are only changing the from and the to value of the gradient. Okay, so it's nothing new. Okay, so we create the file skills and use the snippet RAFC. So let's import the skills file here or render it here. Double click on it. Okay, we come here. So in here, we are going to render our skills. Get a class, full width, flex column, py of 20. Okay. So in here, we'll provide a header, technical skills in h4 tag. Give it a class, text 3x7, font bold, text black, on dark theme, text white. Okay. And we give it margin bottom of 10. The text should be centered. Okay, it's here, well positioned. Okay, so here we give another div, give some classes, full width, it should be flex wrap, and a gap of 10 items to center, justify to center as well. And inside this, we will render or map over the skills. So this is the skills object. We just map over it. We get individual skills with index and immediately return div. Okay. So inside this div, we have one div. Okay, and this div will take an image with a source from skills.icon. Okay. Okay, yeah, they are here. Okay, so now let's style it. We give a key of the index and give classes flex, gap for shadow LG, PY2 and PX6, BG color. Then I'll bring the color, verse color. Okay, make sure you close it. Rounded, full, and item center. And on hover, we want to animate it with a bounce animation and give it ease in and out and a duration of 300. Okay, good. Now let's style this div wrapping the image. Okay, a width of 10, a height of 10. Beautiful. So you can even leave it like this. It's beautiful. Okay, let's start the image. We want the width and height should be full to take the full size of the parent. And we also want to give it some rounded dash full to make them look same. Okay. Now under this div we will have one more div with classes flex column gap 1. Okay, so now we have spaces. Inside it we have one div with class flex items to center, justify of space between, and we have this paragraph tag with skills.name. So render the name of the skills. Oh, it should be skills. Okay, skills. So we'll render the name of the skill is here, and we'll style it. So the text should be MD in size, font semi-bold, text white, hyphen. Okay, text white. Okay. Then after this, we'll render the percentage or the value in percentage. Okay, so we just want to render our skills in percentages. Okay, so in percentage wise. Okay, so we start this. Text should be MD, font should be semi-bold, and the color should also be white. Okay. Okay, so now we have one more div. So we want to render the percentage also. Aside the number, we want to render it like a progress bar. Okay, so the width should be 200 and height of 10 pixels. The BG color should be this color, slate 800, and a rounded of LG, margin bottom of 1. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, so we need to fill it with the percentage of each skill. So we'll have a self-closing div and give a class of BG color to neutral 300, and the height should be full, but we'll use this style here the CSS style here and say the width should be equal to the skills dot value. Then we concatenate it with the percentage sign. Okay, and since it's a string, it will convert it to the various percentages. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so that's all. We are done with the skills. We have it here. Okay. So under this, we're going to render this soft skills. Soft skills are important. Aside the technical skills you have, the non-technical skills are also important. Okay, so we have this div and give margin top of 10 rep. Okay, and inside we'll give an h4 as a soft skills and give it a class of test 3 Excel, font of bold, the text black, and on that theme the text should be white, and margin bottom, okay, margin bottom of 14 and text center. Okay, beautiful. So under it we have this div with class flex column, and from MD screen the flex should be row side by side, a gap of 16, items to center, justify also to center, and we have one div inside it with class flex column, BG of first color, okay, then dark. On that theme we have a BG color of this. Okay, padding 6 and rounded XL, and a shadow of XL. And on hover we want to scale it. I give it like a zoom in to 125 and ease in and out, duration of 500, margin bottom of 10, and on MD the margin bottom should be 0. Okay, so it's here. Now let's put the content in it so you see. So we will map over the soft skills. So say soft skills.map. We get individual skills with index and return immediately a div. So div, okay, okay, so I'll bring this icon, close this and import it from here. Import bs, check to all from React icons /bs. Okay, so the color should be white and the size 22. So now we give a paragraph tag and render the skills as, okay, it's just an array of this 10 items. Okay, so now the 10 items are rendered here. Okay, so let's start this. We give it a key of the index plus the skills, and we give classes. It should be flex, items, center, a gap of 3, px of 4. This also text white. Beautiful. Okay, but we want to get the first 5 items, so we'll slice it. We'll use the slice function from 0 to 5. Okay, so we just get the first 5 items, then we just copy this me to say copy this or duplicate it. Then now we have it 2 now. Okay, so we'll just change the slice from 5 to 10 and get the second half. Okay, good. So now we have it. So but we want to make some few changes here. We want to scale this to 110 to make it look a bit bigger than the first one. Good, beautiful. Okay, so now we are done. Okay, so let's move to project. So under the skills, we'll create another section and give it ID of projects. Okay, classes, class name with full px0 on LG, px of 5 on 2x, px of 40, py 10, LG py 0, and dark bg color of this gradient. Okay, so inside here we'll call this component, then we create it here, work.js, and use the snippet RFC and import it here. Okay, so now let's come. Okay, give some class. Width should be full, flex column, py 20, px 8, mdpx 10, gap 10, LG gap of 20, LG py 20 as well. Okay, so inside we'll render the header for tag and call it project. Give it a name and project, and give class test 3 Excel, font bold, color black, and on dark the color should be white, and MT10 margin top. Okay, then under it we have div with classes, flex column, flex wrap, it should be gap 10, LG gap 20, justify to center. Then we map over the project. Okay, so we get individual project and the index, then we immediately return a div. Okay, so this is the project array. Okay, so we're going to display the values here. Okay, so we start this. So the width should be 350 pixels, height of 350 pixels as well. The cursor should be pointer, shadow, Excel, and on hover we scale it to 110, rounded MD. So inside this we will have the image tag, the source as p.img or image. Okay, and the alt tag should be p.name. Okay, so now let's give classes. The width should be full, and we want to take 250 pixels of the parent container. The object should be covered and rounded -md. Okay, so fine, it's coming up here. So if you have any project, you can use them here. Okay, so we'll bring in one div. The width should be full and a height of 100 pixels. Okay, and a BG white, and on dark the BG should be best color. It's coming up fine. Inside it, we'll render h4. That's a p.title. So we'll render the title of the project and give it some style. And the style should be text to Excel, text black, and on dark text white. Font semi-bold, PY2 and PX1. Okay. Then we'll bring the category also in a paragraph tag, so p.cat. Okay, the text should be small. The text orange 700 or 600 and PX1, and we want to transform it to uppercase. Uppercase. Okay, good. So the animation. Okay, let's make the animation a bit smooth by giving ease in and out and a duration of 300. Okay, this is smoother than the first one. Okay, so we are done. So now we move to the footer. Okay, so in its full glory, this is how it looks. Okay, so under the work or projects, we'll have a div, and in it, give the class with full px0, lg px5, 2xl px40, py10, lg py0, bg color, this color. Okay, then we'll render the component footer. So now let's create the component footer. Okay, RFC, and import it here. So just click here, make sure it's imported. Okay, we'll change the div to footer. This time it's small f. I want to give a horizontal line. Okay, so it should be hidden, but on dark theme we want it to show. Okay, so we give a div class with full flex column. Oh, should be small letters. With full flex column, md flex row. py20 px8 md px10 and gap 10 lg gap 20 justify center. Oh, let's make it between, okay, so that to go to side by side. Okay, so we put p tag and put address, so you put your address there. Text of LG, text white, font semi-bold, small letters, text LG, text white. Okay. Okay, so beneath it we bring one div, okay, it should be flex column, md flex row, text of md gap of 5 and md gap 20, text of white. Okay, inside it we have an anchor tag, and this will go to hash home. Okay, so when we click on it, it takes us to the top, and this should be about okay, projects, and this project. Okay, so we have it here. So you can beneath it bring another div and make it flex of column and a gap of 5. The text should be MD and the text of white as well. So render our email address. So my email at codewave.com. Put your email and your contact. Okay, let's start it. I think it's even okay. It's okay. Let's go down here and bring our social icons. Okay, so class flex column gap 10 items center, justify also center, and padding bottom 20. Okay, in it we'll render B as a social media, class text white, font semi-bold, and tracking to wider to give it letter spacing. Okay, so I'll just copy my social media icons and bring it here. The icons, I'll just put them in a div with a class flex gap 10 and text white, and the text of to Excel and margin bottom 10, and inside it I will place them. Okay, so all the icons are coming from React icons. Okay, so YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Okay, make sure you import them. Okay, so we just scale it when we hover over it. That's all. And now we want to say, give a paragraph tag and say at 2023 CodeWave, and just style it that the text should be gray dash 400, and it should be medium size, tracking to wider. Okay, that's all. So believe me, we are done. We are done with it. Okay. Okay, so now with the animation, we're going to use this AOS. Okay, so now let's install it. Open another terminal and just type npm IAOS. The I is install, so you can type install as well. Just simplify it. Type I, that's all. Okay, now it's done. So come to your app.js file, and we have to import it and initialize it. So I'll import it. So you import it together with CSS. Initialize it by saying aos.init. Okay. So I will copy my animation to make it fast, so not to waste much time. Okay, so we'll apply the animation to this div. Okay, so I'll paste it here. Okay, so now the animation is fade down with this. So the animation will be the same thing, we'll just be changing the animation type. Okay, I mean all the values will be the same, we'll just be changing the animation type. Okay, so now let's animate this also, and this also fade down. Okay, so the image fades down. Now let's animate the icons. Okay, that one should be fade up. Okay, so this comes down, then that one goes up. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's animate this here. So animate according to your preference, however you want it to be. I just want you to know how you can use it. Okay, so we can say this also animate down, and this okay, this animate up or fade up. Okay, so as this one comes down, this one goes up. Okay, so you can play around it as however you want it. Okay, so I will skip the about. We will not okay, we'll animate. Let's animate this one also. This the okay here. Okay, so we'll animate it them as well. Okay, that's it. Okay, good. Now we want to animate this also on scroll. So skills. Okay, so the individual skills, we want to apply to them, and this one we're going to use zoom in down. Okay, beautiful. Now the skills, let's go to the work. So apply it here. Yes, fade up. Okay, let's reload it and see. Okay, so it fade up on scroll. Okay, so we are done like that. Beautiful. Okay, so let's look at it in its full glory. Okay, wow. Okay, click on here, it goes to the home. Okay, the theme is also working perfectly. Okay, I think I like the dark theme. Okay, let me switch to that. Okay, reload it perfectly. We check its responsiveness, and on tablet it works fine. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. And on mobile, it works fine as well. The menu is also working. Okay. 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 So now let's deploy it, put it on the internet so that our friends can access it. Okay, so we just run npm run build, and the build folder will be created. This will take a couple of minutes. So whilst it's building, let us go to Netlify. Okay, so Netlify is a platform where you can host your app for free or use it as a medium to ship your app. It says ship it faster. Yeah. So developers use it a lot. Okay. So make sure you create an account and sign in. Come to add new site, and we'll say we'll do manual deployment. Okay. Okay, so build. Still building. Okay. So build complete. Okay, so we have the build folder here. So just right click on it and review in File Explorer. I will bring my Explorer. Okay, here. Good. Then bring the browser also here and just drag and drop it in. And it's building, and that's all. It's live on the internet. Okay, it has been published, and this is the link, but we can change the settings. Go to site, change site name, and change it to whatever name you want. So I'll just say CodeWave portfolio website and click on the link, and boom, it's live on the internet. So you can share this URL with your friends to check your new portfolio website. Congratulations, you've built a portfolio website for yourself. So with few modifications, you can modify it to suit your preference. You can play with the colors, the icons, or the gradient. Just modify, just play around it. That's how we learn. Okay, and make sure you also put the links to your social media so that when they click on it, it will take them to your social media page. Okay, everything works as expected. Thank you for watching. See you next time.